Yes, we are live now. I welcome you all. My name is Akshay and welcome to SuPrabha MPSC English medium course for combined Group B and Group C exam. Okay, and as you all know that we are continuing this series of previous year question paper analysis of combined Group B exam. Today we are going to deal with the paper which was asked in 2024 of combined Group B exam. So you might be thinking that why we are taking or continuing this series. Okay, so it is most important to first understand before we start anything. Okay, so what is the reason behind this series? We are continuing this series. The reason behind it is that as you all are preparing for exam, right? Just excuse me. Yes, as you all are preparing for this exam, okay, which exam? Combined Group B. So you should have an idea that which of the following topics which are mentioned in the syllabus or which there are for that specific subject, which of the following topics are most important topics, which of the following topics are less important, and which of the following topics are there on which the questions are rarely asked. Once this differentiation is cleared in your mind for you, the exam preparation is very easy. It becomes very easy. What you will do, you will focus majorly on the topics of that subject which are asked frequently and which have more weightage. Okay, but on the topics which are rarely asked, you will read, you won't skip anything of the syllabus. Okay, but you will put your emphasis in a lesser manner for that topics which are rarely asked. Okay, so that's why we are taking this series, so you can have a clear cut idea that what kind of questions are asked for this exam and what are the important topics. Okay, and the second most important thing why we are taking this series or continuing this series is that if a question appears in front of you, you should know that how you should tackle that question. Okay, so how should you should solve that question, and if in case the question seems unfamiliar to you, then how you should deal with it. Should you skip the question or should you try to attempt it? Okay, and if you are trying to attempt, okay, that question, so the probability of connecting or marking the right answer should be high. In what are the techniques you should follow for such exam question papers, question solving. Okay, so that's why we are taking this series, and today's paper is based on 2024. Okay, so we shall begin now. My name is Akshay. Welcome back to our series. So these questions are related to which subject? This is related to Indian polity. This is related to Indian polity. Fine. And this question or this question paper is or was held on 2024, okay, 2024, and all these questions are based on the subject polity. Fine. Let's begin. So our first question here, if you are watching, okay, if you are live on this channel, kindly comment your name. Fine, and we will have an interactive session here. If is there any question or any doubt which you are facing while you are preparing for this exam, you can ask down in the comment section, so we can discuss okay, the probable solution for you. Fine. Yes, so here our first question is, which schedules of the Indian Constitution contains the allocation of seats for each state and union territory in the Council of States? Okay, so let me first explain you that how you should approach the question. Okay, first try to find out that what is the basic demand of that question. Okay, here we can find that we have to find the schedule which is related to the seats allocation of Council of States. Council of States is also known as Rajya Sabha. Fine. This is also the upper house of our parliament. Fine. So here you have find out that the question demands the schedule of the constitution and it is related to Rajya Sabha or Council of States. Okay, here they have given you 4 options and the first option is first schedule, second option is second schedule, third option is third schedule and fourth option is fourth schedule. Okay, so what you think? Which is the right option for this question? Okay, comment down. If you are watching live, please comment down in the section the right answer. Okay, so the right answer here is option number 4, that is fourth schedule. Okay, so what is this fourth schedule and what important information you should remember while you are studying this topic? Okay, that is schedules of Indian Constitution. So here is some important information related to fourth schedule. Okay, so the fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution specifies the allocation of seats in the Council of State, which is also known as Rajya Sabha and upper house of our parliament for each state and union territory. So the important hidden information here is that it is not related to only states. Union territory membership or members or seats related to union territory is also mentioned in the fourth schedule. Okay, so this is important. They might ask you in the near future that the fourth schedule is related only to state. They can give you a statement where they will say that the fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution is related to only states, the seats of the states, but it is also related to union territories. So in this way you should study. Okay, जर तुम्ही अभ्यास करताय तर तुम्ही फक्त जे दिलेले आहे ते वाचू नका. ठीक आहे, त्यामध्ये आणखी तुम्ही डेप्थ मध्ये जायचा प्रयत्न करा. ठीक आहे, थोडंच वाचा पण डेप्थ मध्ये जाऊन वाचा, जेणेकरून काय होणार ना की जर त्यांनी फिरून प्रश्न विचारला तुम्हाला तर तुम्हाला तो प्रश्न सॉल्व करता येणार. ठीक आहे. Second statement says the allocation is primarily based on population of each state and union territory, ensuring proportional representation, okay, within the upper house of parliament. Now you have two key informations here. Okay, first that it is based on the population of each state and it ensures that it is true for proportional representation. Fine. Third, it is governed by Article 4A and Article 80 clause 2, fine, of the Constitution. So this kind of information is very important for your combined exam. Why? Because MPSC, this type of question is their favorite questions. Okay, they will ask you questions related to articles. Okay, so here we have given you the important information which is related to fourth schedule. Okay, first that it is based on or it is concerned with the allocation of seats of state as well as union territories. Second, it is based on the population and follows the proportional representation format. Second, most important articles related to this is 4A and 80 clause 2. Fine. Let's move on to the second question. Under which constitutional amendment the Gram Sabha has got constitutional status? So, as I have discussed this in the first question, first we will try to approach the question. Okay, first we will try to develop your approach, that how you should approach to the question. Okay, so this question is related to the constitutional amendment. Fine. Second, it is related to Gram Sabha. That means it is related to local self-government chapter. Okay. Second, this is asking that Gram Sabha got the constitutional status by which amendment? Fine. So here constitutional amendment chapter, second local self-government chapter. Okay, so this question is related to two chapters. Fine. And what are the options they have given? The first option says 61st constitutional amendment, second says 71st constitutional amendment, third says 73rd constitutional amendment, and fourth says 74th constitutional amendment. Fine. So here these two are not related anywhere near local self-government. Fine, near to the chapter of local self-government. But these two are related to local self-government. Fine. So we will discuss in detail. So here the right answer is option number 3, 73rd amendment. Fine. Let's move on to the explanation part of this question related to 73rd amendment. Okay, so the Gram Sabha received constitutional status under 73rd amendment of 1992. When it was passed, it was implemented in 1992. This act came into effect on 24th April 1993, adding part 9 to the constitution and article 243 to 243O. Fine. And 11th schedule to the Indian constitution. So look how much important information is present here in the very first paragraph. Okay, the important information is that it is 73rd Amendment Act. It was implemented on 24th April 1993. It added part 9, article 243 to 243O and 11th schedule. Second paragraph says the 73rd Amendment established a mandatory 3-tier structure and direct democracy at the village level. Okay, so 73rd Amendment established a 3-tier structure, okay, and direct democracy in the village level. Okay, it recognized the Gram Sabha under article 243A as the body of registered voters in the village. Okay, what it recognized? It recognized Gram Sabha under which article? Article 243A. ओके, बघा इथे कसं आहे माहिती का, जे लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंटचा हा चॅप्टर आहे ना, याच्यामध्ये आर्टिकल्स महत्वाचे आहे. बरेचदा ते मॅच द पेअर म्हणून किंवा मॅच द फॉलोइंग म्हणून असे प्रश्न विचारतात. ते काय करतात, एकाकडे सब्जेक्ट देतात, जसं फॉर एक्झाम्पल ग्रामसभा, रिझर्वेशन, इलेक्शन्स, ओके, ग्रामसेवक अँड सो ऑन. अँड इन द नेक्स्ट column they will give you the articles which are related to it and you have to match the pairs. Fine. So it is important that you should remember each and every, not each and every basically, but most important articles related to this chapter. Okay, starting from 243A to 243O of Panchayat Raj. Fine. So Gram Sabha is related to 243A. Yes. So the next question is, which of the following statements are correct regarding the Parliament of India? So this is related to Parliament of India, that is the chapter of Union. Okay, and in that Union legislature. Fine. So the option says the provisional parliament after independence was unicameral. Second, the term of member of Rajya Sabha is same as that of members of Senate in USA. So the first statement is related to provisional parliament and it says that after independence it was unicameral. What do you mean by unicameral? Unicameral means a legislature which have only one house. Okay, and if in case the legislature have two houses, okay, if like presently in our parliament we have two houses. Okay, so the first house is Rajya Sabha and the second house is Lok Sabha. Fine. Rajya Sabha is also known as upper house and this is known as lower house, and this kind of setup is known as bicameral. Fine. It is known as bicameral. And in case if there is only Lok Sabha, only one house is present, then it will be known as unicameral. It will known as, it would be called as unicameral. Fine. So bicameral means two houses, unicameral means single house. Fine. And the second statement, it says the term of members of Rajya Sabha is same as that of members of Senate. Senate means the upper house of USA. Fine. Upper house of US Parliament. Fine. So there they know the upper house is known as Senate. Fine. So here you can see that both the statements are right. So the right option would be option number 3, both A and B. Okay. Let's move on to the explanation part. Following India's independence in 1947, the Constituent Assembly of India transitioned into provisional parliament. This body was unicameral, means a single chambered, and functioned as sole legislative authority for the country from 1950 until the first general election in 1952. So this is the most important information for you, that it was unicameral legislature since 1950 to 1952 when the first election was, general elections were held. Okay, so they might ask you a question related to this, that's why I am giving this info. Fine. Kindly एक काम करा, तुम्ही जर हा लेक्चर बघताय ना तर एक पेन आणखी पेपर घेऊन बसा, आणखी ते सगळं लिहून काढा. ठीक आहे, हे महत्त्वाचं आहे. ही इन्फॉर्मेशन कुठे ना कुठे रिफ्लेक्ट होणार तुमच्या कुठल्याही परीक्षेमध्ये. ठीक आहे. आणखी हा जो मी डेटा तयार केलाय ना, तर हा स्पेसिफिकली ग्रुप बी आणि ग्रुप सी करिताच केलाय, कारण की त्यामध्ये फॅक्च्युअल प्रश्नच विचारतात असे. ठीक आहे. जसं ते विचारू शकतात की फर्स्ट जनरल इलेक्शन्स कधी झाले, युनिकॅमरल लेजिस्लेचर कधीपर्यंत होतं, ठीक आहे, किंवा कुठनं सुरू झालं ते. फाईन. सेकंड पॅरेग्राफ, इन इंडिया members of Rajya Sabha are elected for the terms of 6 years. Similarly, members of United Senate also serve the term of 6 years. Both the chambers are permanent bodies where 1/3 of the members retires every 2 years, okay, to ensure continuity. Fine. तर बघा काय असतं की जे लोअर हाऊस असतात आपल्याकडे, राज्यसभा आहे, सॉरी लोकसभा आहे, तर लोकसभाचं काय आहे की दर 5 वर्षाला त्याचे हे होतात, इलेक्शन्स होतात. बरं, पण आणखी 5 वर्षानंतर नवीन लोकसभा तयार होते. पण राज्यसभाचं तसं नाहीये. राज्यसभाचा जो टेन्युअर असतो एका मेंबरचा तो 6 वर्षाचा असतो. आणखी दर 2 वर्षाला 1/3 मेंबर रिटायर होतात. फाईन. तर सिमिलर सेटअप आहे आपला युनायटेड स्टेट्समध्ये पण, जिथे सिनेट आहे तिथे पण आहे. त्यामुळे हे दोघेही स्टेटमेंट बरोबर आहेत. ठीक. In which article of the constitution the word Jilla Panchayat, Gram Sabha, intermediate village, etc. related to Panchayat state are defined? ठीक आहे. तर इथे काय मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं की बघा, पंचायत राज किंवा लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंटशी निगडीत जितके काही आर्टिकल्स आहेत त्यावर प्रश्न डायरेक्ट विचारले जातात. तर हा पण प्रश्न आर्टिकल्सशीच रिलेटेड आहे. ठीक आहे. आर्टिकल आहे, ऑप्शन्स आहे आर्टिकल 243, 244, 245 अँड 242. बघा परत एक काय सांगतोय तुम्हाला मी, यामध्येच आपण बघितलं की कुठलं म्हणजे लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंटचा चॅप्टर मधनच आपण हा डेटा इथनं वाचलेला आहे. ठीक आहे. 243. आणखी बघा की इथे पण तोच डेटा परत आपल्याला बघायला मिळतो. ठीक आहे. तर म्हणून हे महत्वाचं असतं PYQ अनालिसिस. ठीक आहे. तर राईट आन्सर काय आहे इथे 243. ठीक आहे. आर्टिकल 243 ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डिफाइन्स द टर्म रिलेटेड टू पंचायती राज, including district, Gram Sabha, intermediate level and Panchayat. So in this article 243, each and every definition has been defined and has been mentioned in our Indian Constitution. Okay, so that's why article 243 includes all this sort of definitions, okay, or terminologies. These definitions were inserted by which amendment? It was in inserted by 73rd Amendment of our Indian Constitution, and which was held in 1992. Okay, within part 9, laying the foundation of local self-government. Fine. So, in this way, by a 73rd Amendment Act, okay, the foundations of local self-government were placed, okay, in our Indian Constitution, and the important articles are 243 and 243 to 243O. Fine. So, you can now understand that why it is important, okay, to analyze the question papers, the previous year question papers, okay, and you will find a pattern. You will find a pattern that each and every topic, okay, some topics are continuously repeating in the same year as well, okay. So, if you start reading or summarizing or memorizing that specific topic in very well and good manner, you will surely clear the exam. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements. At present, 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution specifies 22 language. If you remember, our very first question was also related to schedules. आठवतं का? पहिलाच प्रश्न शेड्यूलशीच रिलेटेड होता. बरं, परत शेड्यूलवर प्रश्न आलेला आहे. ठीक आहे, फक्त काय आहे की पहिला प्रश्न 4th शेड्यूलशी रिलेटेड होता. हा प्रश्न 8th शेड्यूलशी रिलेटेड आहे. फाइन. At the present, 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution specifies 22 languages. Among them, Konkani, Nepali language were added by the 92nd Amendment Act of 2023. Fine. And here you have to find the correct statements. You have to find correct statements. The options they have given you: only A, both A and B, only B, and none of the above. Yes. So try to answer this question. Okay. And if you know the answer, kindly comment as well. Fine. So we can have an interactive session here. Fine. So the right answer here is option number first, only A. The right option is only A. Let's take a look on the explanation part of this question. So in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution, there are 22 languages present, which recognizes as the 8th schedule languages. Fine. Konkani and Nepali along with Manipuri were added to 8th schedule by 71st Constitutional Amendment Act and not of 92nd. तर हा प्रश्न बरोबर कधी राहिला असता जर इथे 71st Amendment मेन्शन असतं तर, पण तिथे काय लिहिलंय 92nd. So this is important. Why? Because this constitution, there are in total 3 amendments done to the 8th schedule of the constitution. Okay, and each and every one is important. Okay, the first was in the 21st amendment, second was 71st, and third was 92nd constitutional amendment. Okay, all these 3 amendments are important for your exam. आता हे लक्षात कशी ठेवणार तुम्ही? बघा, आता मी काय हे पाठ करून आलो नाहीये. मला कसं लक्षात आलं माहितीये का? बघा, 21st आणखी 71 याला जर तुम्ही हे केलं ना, ऍड केलं, तर याचं उत्तर येतं 92. बरं, अशा काही सोपी पद्धती असतात, काही ट्रिक्स असतात, तुम्ही स्वतःहून शोधून काढा. ठीक आहे. It is not necessary that each and every line and each and every article you will remember in the exam hall, because in exam hall there is a quite lot of pressure on you. Okay, so in such situations, okay, this kind of tricks helps you remember the important or the confusing chapters or topics. Fine. So try to go in this way, try to learn this way. Okay, and माहिती आहे का, जो काय म्हणतात त्याला अभ्यासाला ना कठीण नका करू, तुम्ही सोपं करा. ट्राय टू रीड अँड अंडरस्टँड इन इझी वे. ओके, unnecessary complications doesn't give you results. Okay, so fine, what we have understood that 8th schedule have 22 languages. In the 71st amendment, Konkani, Nepali and Manipuri were added. Okay. आता हे महत्वाचं काय माहिती का? In near future, they might ask you that which of the following languages were added by the 71st Amendment Act to the 8th schedule. Okay, so the right answer would be Konkani, Nepali and Manipuri. Fine. I can see that many of you are live, but none of you are commenting down your answers. क्या हो गया? गलती हो गई क्या कोई हमसे? करो यार, कमेंट वगैरह करो, आंसर्स बताओ. So the next question is the subject of organization of Gram Panchayat. Okay, what is the topic? Organization of Gram Panchayat is included in article dash of the Indian Constitution. Fine. So which of the following, yes, article, okay, talks about the organization of Gram Panchayat? Okay, options are Article 39, Article 40, Article 42 and Article 41. Okay, करा करा विचार करा, कुठला आहे उत्तर? Article 39, Article 40, Article 41 and or Article 42. Okay, and the commission is so smart that they will give you articles which are close enough to each other. Okay, बघा इथे काय केलं त्यांनी 39, 40, 41, 42. म्हणजे जेणेकरून तुम्हाला जर तुम्हाला व्यवस्थित पाठ नसेल तर तुम्ही उत्तर चुकवणार म्हणजे चुकवणारच, तुक्का मारणं जमणार नाही इथे. ठीक आहे, फाईन. सो हियर द राईट आन्सर इज ऑप्शन नंबर 2, आर्टिकल 40. फाईन. And Article 40 of the Indian Constitution found within DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy, Part 4. Part 4 directs the state to organize village panchayat and empower them to function as local self government. बघा 3 प्रश्न झाले आतापर्यंत लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंटचे. बघताय किती इम्पॉर्टंट टॉपिक आहे की एकही खूप असं म्हणजे किचकट किंवा कठीण नव्हतं प्रश्न, सोपे सोपे प्रश्न आहे. ठीक आहे. तर Article 40 is related to directive principles of state policy mentioned in Article 4 of the Constitution. Okay, this provision is rooted in Gandhian principles. Okay, so as you know that our DPSP, लिहूनच दाखवतो तुम्हाला, our DPSP may be divided into 3 principles. Okay, so the first is socialist principle. Okay, second is Gandhian principle, third is liberal principles. So each of this, yes, चला कोणीतरी रिप्लाय करताय, तनिष 2002, yes, 40 is the right answer. तर कसं आहे की डीपीएसपी 3 याच्यामध्ये डिवाइड केले आहे यांनी. आणखी ते 3 मध्ये का डिवाइड केले आहे? कारण की ते जे काही प्रिन्सिपल्स तिथे मेन्शन्ड आहे, द प्रिन्सिपल्स विच आर मेन्शन्ड इन द डीपीएसपीज फॉलो सर्टन आयडियोलॉजीज. दे माइट फॉलो सोशलिस्ट, some follow Gandhian and some follow liberal. So Mahatma Gandhi gave this ideology of a strong, independent and more financial independent village society, okay, or economy. Fine. So there Mahatma Gandhi have explained the importance of cottage industry, the importance of animal husbandry, the importance of futuristic and scientific based agriculture practices. He have mentioned the organization of Gram Panchayats, okay, so that the area or the village can handle their own expenses and own development or own issues by their own income, okay, which will be collected by the form of tax by the Gram Panchayat. Okay, so this Article 40 or Panchayat is mentioned, or it follows Gandhian principle. Okay, so they can ask you this type of questions, that which of the following DPSP follows Gandhian philosophy, okay, or Gandhian principles. Okay, yes, काय म्हणताय? विलेज इकॉनॉमी डिसेंट्रलाइज. येस येस, युअर राईट. बघू जरा, मी पण जरा काय बघतो काय म्हणताय. बरं ठीक. हा बरं, आता याचं उत्तर द्या. व्हॉट इज मुंशी अय्यंगार फॉर्म्युला रिलेटेड टू? मुंशी अय्यंगार फॉर्म्युला, पहिलं द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन in your mind should be that who is Munshi and Ayyangar. Okay, which of, म्हणजे मी तुम्हाला सुरुवातीला सांगितलं ना की एक अप्रोच असायला पाहिजे तुमचा. There should be some sort of approach. Okay, while you approach the question, there should be some questions arising in your mind. Okay, that who is this Munshi, who is this Ayyangar for, and what is their idea or formula related to. Okay, so here they have given you options. The first option is tax issues, second is communal issues, third is language issue, and fourth is none of the above. Yes, Tanish, language. Yes, you are giving the right answer. आनंद होतो माहिती आहे का असं जर बरोबर उत्तर दिले मुलांनी तर. The right answer is option number 3, language. Okay, तनिष बघ सांग आता यांचं पूर्ण नाव सांग मला. मुंशी आणखी अय्यंगार, काय नाव आहे यांचं? ओके, सो लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द एक्सप्लेनेशन पार्ट. Proposed by the drafting committee members K.M. Munshi and N. Gopalswamy Ayyangar, the formula sought to balance the demands of Hindi proponents and non-Hindi speaking states. काय माहिती का, when India got independent, so after getting independent, after getting freedom, so the states were demanding their own structural reorganization of their boundaries of states according to the language. Okay, मराठी म्हणत होते की आम्हाला महाराष्ट्र पाहिजे, तेलुगू म्हणायचे आम्हाला आंध्र प्रदेश पाहिजे, तमिळ म्हणायचे आम्हाला तमिळनाडू पाहिजे, कन्नड बोलणारे स्पीकर्स वेर डिमांडिंग फॉर कर्नाटका. Okay, and in that moment, in that era, there was not all kind of states which are present today. Okay, Maharashtra itself is created by merging Marathwada area from Hyderabad province, okay, and Vidarbha area from central, CP Berar म्हणायचे त्याला, ठीक आहे. So there was a demand, highly talk, and a very hot topic was going on at that moment of related to language. Okay, and based on the language, the very first state of India was created, linguistic basis, 1953, Andhra Pradesh, after following the death of Poti Shri Ramalu. Fine. So you have to study in this way. Okay, key provisions established by this formula. Okay, what are the key provisions? Fine. K.M. Munshi, I don't know about Ayyangar. Okay, Gopal Swami Ayyangar, noted. Yes, fine. Official language, Hindi in the Devanagari script was designated as official language of the Union of India rather than national language of India. Fine. So important here to note down is that Hindi script kutli hai? Devanagari script. Okay, the question might be asked that India follows Hindi, okay, as an official language, but the Hindi in which script? That the script is Devanagari script. Fine, and it is an official language, but India don't have national language. महत्वाचं आहे, लिहून ठेवा, ऑफिशियल लँग्वेज हिंदी इंग्लिश आहे, बरं, पण नॅशनल लँग्वेज आहे का इंडियाला? नाही. Transitional period, English was to continue as an associate official language for a transitional period of 15 years, ensuring the administrative continuity. But so in the starting era, English was also there. It was stated or decided that it would continue for 15 years. But as we all know that it is still continuing because southern states are opposing हिंदी ॲज अन ऑफिशियल और नॅशनल लँग्वेज. ओके, बरेच काही स्टेट्स आहेत ज्यांना हिंदी येत नाही, ठीक आहे. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये पण बरंच काही म्हणजे बरंच भाग असा आहे की ज्यांना हिंदी कळत नाही, ठीक आहे, त्यांना फक्त मराठी कळतं. तर त्यामुळे सेट चॅनल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन हॅज बीन कंटिन्यूड इन द वे ऑफ और इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इंग्लिश. फाईन. And but the initial it was for 15 years. Fine, it is important that English was to continue for only 15 years. Numerals, the international form of Indian numerals was adopted for official purpose instead of Devanagari. So international form of Indian numerals were used and not Devanagari. Constitutional basis. This formed the basis of Article 343 to 351 of Part 17 of Indian Constitution, which is governed by official languages today. Why this topic is important? Because every alternate year, MPSC Combine Exam or MPSC asks questions related to languages. Okay, this articles, which article? 343 to 351, which is related to official languages part. यावर प्रश्न येतात, दरवर्षी येतात. ठीक आहे, तर हा म्हणून हा महत्त्वाचा आहे. याच्याशी कनेक्टेड जितके काही तुम्हाला म्हणजे वाचू शकणार तुम्ही ते वाचून घ्या. ठीक आहे. 343 ऑफिशियल, नो नॅशनल लँग्वेज, नो नॅशनल स्पोर्ट ऑल्सो. येस. Next question. The Constitution of India has provided for election commission as per the following articles. So here you have to find out the articles which is related to election commission. Okay, fine. चला उत्तर द्या लवकर लवकर. 343. okay, yes. 324. yours Tanish. तनिष काय तुझं दोन अकाउंट आहे की काय? एक तनिष 2002, एक तनिष 23. बरं आहे, चांगलं आहे. तर ऑप्शन्स आहे आर्टिकल 368, आर्टिकल 256, आर्टिकल 324, आर्टिकल 150. फाइन. So the right answer here is option number 3, article 324. The Constitution of India provides for the election commission under article 324. 324 लक्षात ठेवायचं, विसरायचं नाही. कारण की listen, election commission, advocate general, these are some constitutional and non-constitutional bodies on which there is always a question. जर तुम्ही 10 वर्षाचे जर पेपर बघितले ना, त्यामध्ये 10 वर्षामध्ये at least 7 times they have asked questions related to this topics. Fine. चालू आहे stream. Yes. So in this way we are back. We was facing some electricity issues. Okay. So I am really sorry for that, for interruption. Yes. So where we were at 8th question, I guess. Okay. Yes. Yes. Let's take it started once again. So in this question, what they have asked you, the Constitution of India has provided for the election commission as per the following articles. Options are 368, 256, 324 and 150. Okay. And the right answer is 324. This article mandates the commission to conduct elections of Parliament, state legislature and offices of president and vice president. So this information is important here. Okay, that election commission conducts elections of Parliament, state legislature and offices of president and vice president. Article 324 ensures an independent body. Okay, so the election commission is an independent body. पण आता सध्या आहे का? तर मला कमेंट करा तुम्ही की what do you think that today's election commission is an independent body or not in practical sense? Okay, constitutionally it is an independent body. Established on 25th January 1950. बघा हे प्रश्न पण विचारतात की एस्टॅब्लिशमेंट कधीचं आहे. ठीक आहे. So it was established on 25th January 1950 for free and fair election. Part 15, elections are covered under Part 15 of the Constitution. And articles which are related are Article 324. इथे लिहितो तुम्हाला दिसेल व्यवस्थित. Article 324 and 329. So which two articles are concerned or related to this topic? they are 324 and 329. Let's move on to the next question. काय म्हणतो म्हणजे दुसरा प्रश्न काय म्हणतो? Who is India's first woman chief election commissioner? तर पहिली महिला कोण आहे जी इलेक्शन कमिशनर झाली होती आपल्या भारताची? ऑप्शन्स काय आहे? First option is Swarupa Rani, second is V.S. Ramadevi, third is Kamala Nehru, and fourth is Jay Lalita. चला सांगा उत्तर लवकर. काय आहे राईट आन्सर? काय आहे राईट आन्सर? इज सेकंड ऑप्शन V.S. Ramadevi. ओके, यांच्याबद्दल पण जाणून घेऊ. शी वॉज द फर्स्ट वुमन to hold the position of Chief Election Commissioner of India, serving from November 26, 1990 to 11 December 1990. Fine. She was also the first woman to serve as the Secretary General of Rajya Sabha, serve as the Governor of Karnataka. Okay, so this is the most important information for this personality. Is named as V.S. Ramadevi. Right option is second. बघा काय असतं माहिती का, काही प्रश्न असे विचारले जातात कमिशन्स द्वारे जे तुम्हाला सोडायचे असतात. ठीक आहे, बिकॉज each and every question cannot be attempted by you. 100 पैकी 100 प्रश्न तुम्हाला जमणार आहे का? शक्यच नाही ना. कट ऑफ किती लागतो? 50, 60. That means the cutoff is near to 50 to 60%. Okay, that means even the topper is not able to attempt 80-90% questions right. So there are some questions which you have to leave or skip. Fine. So previous question was kind of that type of question. So here in this way, or in this type of questions you have to leave or skip that questions. Okay, जर येत आहे तरच करा. कन्व्हेन्शनल प्रश्न आहे तर करा, अनकन्व्हेन्शनल आले की जरा स्किप करायचं किंवा थांबायचं. शेवटी बघू, म्हणजे सगळं झाल्यानंतर बघायचं नंतर की होतंय का सॉल्व्ह तो. ठीक आहे. सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज येस 168. काय म्हणतोय तनिष? 168. ओके. Which article in the Indian Constitution deals with the topic of state legislature? Options are Article 22, Article 168, Article 380, and Article 25. So here the right option is option number 2, Article 168. Fine. Explanation. Article 168 of the Indian Constitution provides for constitution of legislature in state. So according to Article 168, this article provides for the constitution of legislature, means the composition and the formation of state legislature in each and every state of this Indian Union. It specifies that every state shall have a legislature consisting of governor and either one or two houses. Okay, bicameral legislature. Okay, so what we are basically doing is that we are taking a question, we are covering as much important topics we can cover related to that question. Okay, if you are talking about 168, this is the info which I have provided you, which is important for this article. Okay, so लिहून घ्यायचं सगळ्याचं सगळं. ठीक आहे. Bicameral legislature in states like Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh, the legislature consists of two houses, that is Legislative Council and Legislative Assembly. Fine. So in state, दिसतंय का तुम्हाला? एक मिनिट थांबा. Yes. So in state legislature, there are two types of houses. Okay, there are two types of legislature. in some legislature there are only one house, that is known as unicameral. We have learned this or understood this in the previous questions. Okay, and there are legislature where they have two houses, and that type of legislature is known as bicameral legislature. And in that bicameral legislature they have legislative assembly and they have legislative council. Okay, and this legislative assembly is known as the lower house or Vidhan. Okay, and this legislative council is known as upper house. This lower house is also known as Vidhan Sabha, and this upper house is also known as Vidhan Parishad. Okay, so in this way, in our Indian Union, we have two kind of legislatures for the state. One is unicameral and the second one is bicameral. आता मला सांगा महाराष्ट्राचं लेजिस्लेचर कुठलं आहे? आपल्याकडे विधानसभा आहे की विधान परिषद पण आहे. ठीक आहे. So in total we have 6 states in our India which have bicameral legislature. Fine. Yes. So Article 168, we have covered these important topics which are related to this article. Fine. Let's move on to the next question. Which among the following has the powers to elect the Advocate General of the state? थोड्याच वेळापूर्वी मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं की ॲडव्होकेट जनरल, इलेक्शन कमिशनर किंवा इलेक्शन कमिशन हे महत्त्वाचे टॉपिक्स आहे. यावर दरवर्षी तुम्हाला प्रश्न मिळणारच मिळणार. ठीक आहे, तर बघा आलाय. Who among the following has the power to elect Advocate General of the state? First option, Chief Minister. Second option, Governor. Third option, State Election Commissioner. Fourth option, State Public Service Commission. Okay, so tell me what is the right answer? Yes, so the right answer is second option, Governor. Yes, तनिष हुशार आहेस, बरोबर उत्तर देतोय. गुगल मध्ये सर्च करू नको देऊ, फक्त झालं. Explanation: Advocate General is the highest law officer of the state. So the Advocate General is the highest law officer of a state. Okay, according to Article 165. Okay, mark this information because questions are asked related to Advocate General and it is asked in the form of like which article is related to Advocate General of the state. Okay, or Article 65 relates to which of the following bodies. Okay, so Advocate General is related to Article 165 of the Constitution of India. The governor of each state has the power to appoint a person who is qualified to be appointed as a judge of High Court. Judge of Supreme Court आहे का? सांगा. अच्छा है, अच्छा है. I wish you all the very best. ऐसी ही पढ़ाई करो तनिष. Okay, so the Advocate General, a person which is appointed as an Advocate General, okay, should be qualified for the post of Judge of High Court and not of Judge of Supreme Court. This is important. Appointing authority is the governor who formally appoints the Advocate General acting on the advice of State Council Minister headed by Chief Minister. Okay, so the appointing authority who is the appointing authority for Advocate General? It is Governor. Fine. Yes. Next question. Which of the following states has a bicameral legislature? Options are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala. Second option, Maharashtra, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Odisha, Gujarat. Third option, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Tripura. Fourth option, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh. Yes, give me the right answer. बघा बघा, बरोबर उत्तर द्या. काय? So In this question, the bicameral legislature, they have asked you that which of the following states have the bicameral legislature in our Indian Union? And the right option is option number 4. Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh have bicameral legislature. Let's discuss that what do you mean by bicameral? Bicameral legislature means the state government has two houses. Okay, this is not government, that is state legislature. Fine. Editor zara. Hi zara, hushar answer. Legislature has two houses, Vidhan Sabha, that is Legislative Assembly, and Vidhan Parishad, that is Legislative Council. Currently, how many states? Only 6 states in India have bicameral legislature. Okay, which are the following 6 states? So the first state is Karnataka, second is Andhra Pradesh, third is Telangana, fourth is Maharashtra, fifth is Uttar Pradesh, and sixth is Bihar. Previously, Jammu Kashmir also had bicameral legislature, but now, as of now, it is converted to union territory and the legislature are not been established yet. So currently we have only 6 states which have bicameral legislature. Now how you will remember, okay, that which of the following states? So take a reference point, Maharashtra. In Maharashtra south we have Karnataka. In Maharashtra's east we have Telangana. Okay, and it is connected to also Andhra Pradesh. And here these two sister states, UP and Bihar. Okay, remember in this way. So remember in this way. So it would be easy for you to recall. Okay, fine. So related to this topic, state legislature, they have also asked you that what are the maximum number of members a legislative assembly could have? What are the maximum numbers of members or minimum number of members a legislative assembly could have in a state? Okay, which of the following state legislative assembly or which of the following states have maximum number of legislative members, assembly members, okay, or Vidhan Sabha members? So this kind of questions they have asked you related to this topic. Kindly remember, kindly note it down. So when you start reading, okay, the any sort of material you are having right currently for your polity, so mark it down. Okay, so these are the important topics related to state legislature. Okay, and each and every year they have asked you the question related to state legislature in the many of the subtopics, okay, interchangeably. Fine. So our next question is according to Article 154 of the Constitution, all the executive powers of the states have been entrusted to whom? By the Constitution of India. And the options are Chief Minister, Governor, High Court judges, Speaker of Legislative Assembly. Come on, hurry up, give me the answers. द्या उत्तर द्या लवकर. काय उत्तर? According to Article 154 of the Constitution, executive power rests to whom in the states? The right answer is option number 2, Governor. Option number 2, Governor. Fine. According to Article 154 of the Constitution of India, all executive powers of the states are vested in Governor. Article 154 clause 1 explicitly states the executive power of the state shall be vested in the governor. Okay, role, the governor act as a constitutional head of the state with executive actions taken in his name. तर constitutional head कोण असतो? Constitutional head of the state is the governor. Okay, exercise of power. These powers are exercised directly or through the subordinates like Chief Minister or Council of Minister. Okay, so governor has to act. Governor acts in 2 ways. There are certain subjects or certain topics in which governor has to listen to the Council of Minister headed by the Chief Minister. But there are some kind of situations or some subjects on which the governor can act discretionally. Okay, there is certain cases where discretion of governor is possible. Okay, so that's why exercise power of governor is in two-way. Fine. Yes, 14th question. District judges are appointed by whom? So, the district judges are appointed by whom? First option, Chief Justice of a High Court. Second option, State Public Service Commission. Third option, Chief Minister of State. Fourth option, Governor of State. चला सांगा काय आहे उत्तर? So the right option here is option number 4. The Governor of State appoints the district judge. District judges are appointed by the Governor of the State according to article, which article? Article 233. Important है, लिख लेने का है ना? Of Indian Constitution, the Governor appoints district judge in consultation with the High Court. So, appointing authority is Governor. In consulting with High Court, constitutional provisions are Article 233, eligibility, must be advocate or pleader for at least 7 years. For at least 7 years. Recommended by and should be recommended by a High Court. Fine. Last question, I guess. Which article of the Constitution provides that every High Court will be the court of record? महत्वाचा पॉइंट आहे, कोर्ट ऑफ रिकॉर्ड वर प्रश्न विचारला जातो. ठीक आहे. प्रश्न काय म्हणतो? Which article of the Constitution provides that every High Court will be a court of record? Options are Article 215, Article 216, Article 217 and Article 218. बघा किती हुशार आहे आपलं कमिशन. सगळे जवळ 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 त्यांनी ऑप्शन्स दिले आहे. 215, 216, 217, 218. सांगा काय उत्तर आहे? राइट ऑप्शन इज आर्टिकल नंबर 215, ऑप्शन नंबर 1. फाइन. Article 215 of the Constitution of India expressly declares that every High Court shall be a court of record. And what do you mean by court of record? What powers are there or given by this court of record term to the High Court? Okay, so permanent evidence. Two primary powers, the judgments, proceedings and acts of the High Court are recorded for perpetual memory and testimony. These records have evidentiary value and cannot be questioned when produced before any subordinate court. What do you mean by that? The decrees, the decisions, the judgments which are given by the court, high courts, are considered as an evidence. Okay, जर तुम्ही कुठे, if you are filing a petition, filing a case in the High Court, and in previous years the High Court have given you some sort of decisions, okay, and it has stated that certain and certain rights are there for an individual citizen, so you can refer that judgment. Okay, that is known as perpetual memory, testimony and permanent evidence. So it is under the court of record. Okay. Second, power to punish. It has an inherent power to punish for the contempt of itself. आता contempt म्हणजे काय होतं? Okay, what do you mean by contempt of court? Contempt of court means that in certain way you are disrespecting the order of High Court, or you are disrespecting the judgment of the High Court, or you are protesting against the High Court which is illegal or unconstitutional or unlawful, in unlawful way. So that means you are under contempt of court, which may include simple imprisonment or fine or both. That means the High Court can punish for unlawful activities or protest against it if a citizen is doing so. Fine. Yes. So in this way we have covered the questions which are related to 2024 question paper previous year. Okay, PYQ analysis we have done for 24. of Combined Group B exam, and I hope that you have understood very well. I am a good teacher, I guess. Okay, and I have explained you each and every question in a proper way, so you can, it will help you for the coming exam. Okay, so if you like this session, kindly like it, kindly subscribe our channel, kindly share with your friends, and this series we will going to continue. Okay, it would be late. Okay, it would be early in the next week. Okay, so but this series we are going to continue. Okay, so you can expect question papers analysis till 2015. Okay, so in this way you will going to have a clear cut and understanding of the demand of MPSC. Okay, in which way you have to study, and in what are the topics, important topics, so you can proper focus on the what we can say subjects or the topics. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any sort of confusion, questions, you can state the confusion or questions or problems in the comment section, so we can discuss. Okay, if there are, so I don't think so, I cannot find any sort of comments related to confusion, questions or problems. Okay, so we will stop here. Okay, thank you for attending this session. My name is Akshay, and we will meet next week. Okay, and we will continue with 2023 question paper of Group B. Fine. So that's it for today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your attendance. Okay. Yes. Thank you.